What's the deal? Back in the building, man. I got my boy with me. I had to bring out the old Yoshis, man. You dig? Since we on some reptilian type of time. Back in motion. You know, yesterday now I did this video yesterday, but I straight done it. But it's interesting because first of all, happy birthday to my boy Moyo. Yesterday was his birthday. Big hotel, baby. You know what I'm saying? The Oompa Loompa Society is definitely in the building. But I was doing a video yesterday, and I'm gonna cap off the whole drug thing and move on. But I'm just saying, I'm not say this once again. I'm not trying to turn you niggas into drug addicts. I'm not saying you need drugs per se to understand this shit or to be conscious or whatever. Like I said, when I finally came into the knowledge of self and understanding that we are gods, or we are the gods, or the divinities, or deities, whatever you want, how you want to put it, whatever language you want to put it in, go Mars, too bar, and all this, whatever you want to say. I was in jail, sober, 4 years sober, or 3 years sober, or something like that. Now you want to, now at the same time though, I did drugs before I went to jail. So that may very well have played a part in making my mind fluid enough to even understand this shit. But I am not, strong things are for strong men and women. So, now weed, like I said, I can use an example, but weed, when it comes to what I'm trying to, the point I'm trying to make about people not this shit bought now. We make shit bad. You say well, drugs and alcohol are bad. No, people are bad. People do shit. People, I say with the drug abuse thing, it's not drug abuse. No, you're abusing. It's self-abuse. You're abusing yourself with the drug. But they say drug abuse, like you abusing the drug or something. No, it's just about decisions. So. So yeah, I was the guy who, like I say, I'm an avid weed smoker, but I'm not the guy that allowed weed to call. And I'm not bashing nobody or trying to shame nobody. I'm just trying to show you the difference, paint a picture. I'm not the guy. I was able to smoke weed and still graduate because I knew, hey, I'm gonna probably need this shit later on down the line. So let me, I'll wait till I get home and shit. I ain't trying to, cause that weed make you lazy, so you. Even if you do say, I'm going to smoke first period, I'm going to come back second period, you might get lazy, like, So, in so many words, and that only makes sense. Even people that smoke crack, I'd be like, well, damn, why would you smoke crack? To the point where you lose the source of you being able to get more crack. That don't make no sense, I don't know how that shit works. That's why I wouldn't never fuck with it. Not that one. I wouldn't advise that either. That just based off what I've seen. But then again, different strokes for different folks. Heroin for sure. Like I say, the coke, the spiritual benefits because that's the thing too. Morpheus. When you look up Morpheus and a whole lot of other deities, you will see them holding poppy seeds or whatever. Poppy is what makes that they used to make the heroin or whatever. It's just the heroin is too strong with those. You're supposed to cut it with other shit, but it still could be even when you. But the best way to get it is funny because I was speaking about this yesterday about the codeine and shit. Absurd. That's pretty much the biggest shit I did. Tabs and shit right before I got locked up. But that was only one or two of them hoes. But the codeine is addictive though. That's the thing about it though. So you have to be. That's why it's good to have shit like jobs and shit. that can fucking, or something, school or something that you really give a fuck about that'll keep you from even being able to sit around and just do the shit all day, because that helps. That's a, an intervention is you should be able to get to a point where you can have enough discipline and say, all right, I'm just do this on a weekend. It's a weekend thing, and whenever you off thing, and when you try to go back to work, get back together, or school, or whatever you gotta do, get your shit together. And I ain't promoting this to the kids, and I'm talking about college more so with this shit, but take this information and do what you need to do with it. But just in case, it's better me to say the shit than not, because people gonna do these things anyway. Whether I get on there and say, hey, don't do this, or don't say shit at all. At least you can say, you heard from me. I'm not advising it, but at least you can say, at least I can say, I at least shows you a better way of doing it than just let the shit consume your life, like I've seen it do to people. That's how it starts. Just with the weed shit. You smoking, get too lazy, don't want to go to class, you wake up in the morning, I want to smoke instead of going to school, and you smoking, and that's how it starts. That's bullshit. They ain't gonna take you, that shit ain't gonna hurt you none, to sit that motherfucker a couple of hours and then go sit out there, and when you get out of school and shit, smoke or do your homework and shit. Then I would advise you to do your damn homework first and shit. I was able to do both though. Like I said, I know how to go home blow before I go to sleep, do my shit or whatever. But like I say, but even codeine has a beneficial product, because sleep is it puts you into a good night's sleep, gives you a good sleep or whatever. But like I said, a lot of deities are. That's why you will see a lot of them. The poppy seed is the poppy. Even when you go look at Wizard of Oz, that's why she comes wakes up in that poppy field and shit. Because sleep is king, and sleep is important or whatever. It's important to even to, on a physical level, just first and foremost, you tap into the dream world. Like I say, even that even when I told you about the Jung-Soo Young Jumbo being the bird, the tree with the branch that I seen the other day, and then the lizard with the half a tail missing. I was saying, let me see if this is the one right here. With the tail missing, with the tail, half the tail missing, sending me the signal, telling me, to using that to tell me to tell y'all what I've seen. I had a dream the night before that had something to do with, I think I'm saying that for the book though, but the dream connected. And yo, Shot, let them hoes know. That's my boy, he's saying, tell them hoes. Tell them hoes, look up. But yeah, let them hoes know. But yeah, and you can tell by my feet, everything fits. But yeah, shout out to Shock G2, man, but yo, Shock. The Humpty Nose tickle in the 69, the honky nose tickle your rear. But yeah, but I had a dream that corresponded to that. Like a prophetic, you probably have to go get the book for that shit, though. Fucking up shit. I'm loaded up with this book shit. But it puts you in a good sleep. Or or say you somebody like me, like I'm really just not getting into the whole thing of, because I'm used to just 4 hours of sleep, and but that's a deity too. I can't remember his name, but it's another deity that don't Hemingway. I think it was Hemingway that doesn't need much sleep because he's a guardsman. So he's watched. He has to be watchful or ever vigilant or whatever. But I'm just getting to the point where I'm like, I'm gonna start taking my ass to sleep early and sleeping regular hours. Not every day though. I don't want to get too rigid, because sometimes a nigga might want to be a night rider and be up till 4, 5 in the morning or whatever if you can. Nigga ain't got no responsibilities. But the best hours to sleep are between like 11 and 11 on into the morning or whatever. Um, that's when you really tap into. You can dream any time of the day or whatever. One of the illest dreams I had was during the daytime. I was on a cool, but and then even after I had that dream, I turned the fucking TV on and I saw some shit on Benson that was like, and Benson, even that's Benson. Ben is the pineal gland. Benson, pineal gland, son. I seen some shit on Benson. I was like, oh yeah, and I had just came out of that sun. It was summertime, about how hot as it is right now. And but I'm the, that might be that's a bad motherfucker. You might want to go get the book for it right there. That was a tell you find yeah boy. But so all I'm saying, it ain't all bad. But we do, like I say, we do things. Like I said, even when you listen to Mo, he'll show you the addiction. I get that big right. But telling you, he's showing you, hey, we do this, but this is what comes with it. Are you ready for this shit? Can you afford it? Can you handle your business and still do the shit you need to do? Nigga, obviously, if you sip codeine all goddamn day and you don't know how you're doing, you're gonna be too sleepy to get your goddamn work. And everybody can't do the fucking sip and drink all day and shit or whatever. But it is some addictive shit, don't get me wrong. But anything you go into, anything you do, you need to have a mindset of, well, I'm going to not do this all the time. It's going to be a set time, and after that, back to regular. That's why I was smoking weed is good too when you doing shit, because smoking weed will help you substitute out of instead of you just walk out and just smoke weed today, and then my special day do this, whatever. But the codeine though, these are all things we used to do. But it puts you into that nice state of sleep, especially if you a 4 or 5 hour type of guy or whatever. When you finally do like I was, just growing up and shit, I'll go to sleep at 2, wake right back up at 6, be at school and shit. But so when you do this shit, it'll give you that deep sleep that you've been missing, based off of just being somebody that's used to running off for 4 hours of sleep and shit. And it tap you into the dream world or whatever, which is how deities interact with you as well as too. And we all the fucking deities. These deities and gods and shit are biological and psychological components of your biological and psychological makeup. Don't let nobody, and we all, and some of us are, like I'm a manifestation of horrors or hate. These are psychological parts of our psychology. That's why when you start learning about them, you're gonna see all kind of shit. Quetzalcoatl got roofied. The bitch roofied him, put some shit in his drinking. Yeah, he's the Spanish Christ and shit. Yeah, all kind of nigga shit goes on. Nigga off fast. Goofies, and they get drunk and shit, fist fights, drinking till they fist fight and all kind of shit. Man, you think of the game, it's real in the film, man. That's why I say, that's when you start seeing all the fucking shenanigans they into, and you smart enough to know what's going on, you gonna say to yourself, you know what, these guys ain't nothing but us. That's why, this is why, man, what the fuck going on? Yeah. See, we used to use these as descriptions of our psychology or whatever to explain certain aspects of ourselves. But I just want to say that, man. I don't want to just be. I just like to put emphasis on that. Can't handle it. Wait, don't fuck with it. Straight up, because I don't want you looking at me. He's the right. I don't want to be the reason you're a crack hole, or even worse, a male crack hole. Yeah. That's old antiquated ass shit, crack hole. But anyway, to revert that back to what I was, this right here. I was at my stepmama, Pat. Now, Pat, mind you, I've been dealing with the St. Patrick Day Fat Pat. Then you got the Eagle, Sam Patty, and with her, like I said, I don't know if she made a transition. I want to put it on her, but if the transmissions I've been getting is saying that she passed from cancer. So when she came to mind, like I say, I seen her I had the vision of her putting war paint on her eyes. She had on camouflage. Same camouflage I had on with my little buddy here. Oh shit, with my little buddy here came back through in the same color as the camouflage I had on. Sorry about that, Mr. Shamrock. But and then I started looking back. Like I say, her and my father felt they stopped talking like at 9 right after. I think she braided my hair like twice. Cassie was the first, but she put my hand the pinhead balls with like the little plaits, not the braids, the little puff balls. She was the first one to do that. She did me and my brother, and then she did our shit. My brother didn't last though. Like I say, she was on a Friday. That Saturday, I woke up the next morning, his rubber bands popped everywhere. This nigga half his head, he couldn't take that shit. Hurt though. A whole lot. That was a fucking headache. Boy, nigga went through some hell for that shit. And then, but Pat was the one that convinced me to put the extensions in or whatever. So, and thank heaven for that. Boy, I ain't gonna lie, boy. You said what you wanted to say. That was with spring, because that was like, that was around the same time. I think that was like, right when spring break started, because that was like my first season pass. We went to that, and I think we went to Astroworld at Nick's. I think she put my hand in them braids. I think we went to Astroworld like that next day. And we had just got them season pass and shit. When I say they was on your boy, it was popping that hoe. But I bet she braided my shit twice, and then they broke up, and then that's when Cassie started braiding my hair. And then my shit, that's when about that time my hair got long enough to braid this. I braid my own shit. I got the cornrows first. And about 4 or 5 months after that, my shit was boom bang, and I had the size. I was trying to be like old dog and shit, you know, whatever. So I had the sides faded, but I had the braids, and that's some horror shit too. The horror side lock or whatever. The thing about it is, what I've been thinking about, they broke up like 9-4. Yeah, it was 9-4. 9-8. She had fell on hard times or whatever. This one she had went crazy. She had nowhere to go. My old man had her to come stay with us because she ain't had nowhere to go or whatever. And now, even back then, it was a small part of me that was like, and maybe that's because, like I said, I'm not as judgmental as most people. I'm always trying to, like I said, if it wasn't for rap, I'd probably be a psychologist. Because I'm a student of the mind. So that's probably the psychological aspect, the psychologist in me. Don't get me wrong, she was doing some off the rocker shit. And she was kind of, she was, when they was together, she just, was smoking crack or whatever. I don't know if she had just started or whatever. So I don't know if she caught, and this could be a lesson too. I don't know if she ran into some bad shit or something, smoked something, and it altered her, drove her crazy or whatever. But what I will say is the two kind of go, the spiritual aspect of it and the quote unquote crazy part kind of go hand in hand, because like I say, I think what happened to her is, because when I look back, some of the shit she was saying, Now that I was, never going into detail, but some of the shit she was saying and experiences she was saying she was having, I'm having them motherfuckers right now. I be having them, but the difference between me and her, I think something happened with her where, see, I kind of was easing to it. I learned about who we were, and I gradually grew into it, and then got out of jail or whatever, started learning more, and made a conscious effort to start doing spiritual things and start having these experiences. I think something overtook her, or I don't want to say possessed, or something happened to her, but she wasn't fit for it. She couldn't filter the energy right. Like me, when I started, by me slowly not having no episode, I don't know what happened with it, but it seemed like something happened dramatic to where it made her spiritual, but she didn't understand. She probably didn't understand what was going on, so she didn't know how to manifest it without looking a little, kooky a little bit. And even when I called her a bitch, that wasn't. I had to look back. I'm like, damn, why I said it like that? Because we was cool. She was cool with us. So it wasn't like I was mad, but I said she must have been a priestess of the dog star. Because I was like, man, this bitch. I can't remember when I said. I said this bitch didn't convince me and put weave in my hand, shit, or some shit like that. But I didn't say it disrespectfully. For one, when I call a girl a bitch, it ain't mean disrespect because I understand where that comes from. That's some spiritual shit. But when I look back, when I said it, I said, damn, I didn't really mean this. That regular nigga come out, they feel like that's some disrespectful shit. And I had something, I was like, I didn't really mean, but I had to. Anyway, so that's one thing I'm getting to, that she was in another lifetime, but not this one I met her in right here. I'm thinking of past lifetime. She was the priestess of the dog star, man, this shit's off the chain. Trust me, anyway, but so when I look back, even back then, it was a small part of me that even throughout what was looking crazy, I was still trying to figure out where this shit was. It wasn't like I just totally dismissed her as, she just talking some kooky shit. We was saying that, but then there was another part of me that was like, homeboys and shit coming over like, man, what's up with us, bro? And, shit like that. So we was all saying it, but it was a tiny part of me that was like still trying to say, well, why is she thinking like this? Why is she saying this shit? Why is she trying to think it? What is trying to figure it out? I think that's that psychologist in me or whatever. So now when I look back, some of the shit she was saying, I'm kind of experiencing similar things, but I know that I can explain it. I can sit there and tell you, oh, that was this and that was that, oh, that was this deity, or this was that, or this is why that happened. She was having these experiences, but she wasn't necessarily trained in the spiritual arts, so to speak. And like I say, and that could happen too. Something may have happened to her to where could have been some bad drugs. That's why I say there are hazards to doing drugs. So don't just run out there and do some any and everything. Know what you're doing, who you're doing it with, and how to do it. If a motherfucker introduce you to some shit and they don't come with no instructions, even weed, with weed, it ain't gonna do. Outside, anything outside of weed, I would say. But even weed, drink water, because that shit dehydrates you. But the average person ain't gonna tell you that, weed is so safe and shit. Don't nobody even think. But anything other than that shit, if they ain't got no instructions, even if it's just, hey, drink a lot of water after you do this shit. Don't get too caught up on this or whatever. They ain't trying to put you on shit. They ain't giving you no goddamn instructions. Don't fuck with them. But she, when I look back, I'm like, damn. I said, man, maybe Pat wasn't. She was out the rob, scaring girls, because she came. That was 9-8. She came and stayed with us, and then she went away. And then we moved again. She came back over there like 9-9. I remember, and even this was some spiritual shit, because I was talking to this one girl at the time, and crazy. Moyo, trade third ward. This girl was, she stayed in third ward, but she was going to school at Elsick and shit. And then, but she was third ward. This shit crazy. Man, this is some wild shit. Anyway, but I remember her coming to the crib. You know, I'm trying to get in the house and, you know, put the Starface Summer Aquamarine on Love on her. But my stepmom answered the door and on that kooky shit and scared her away. So when I caught back up with her, she like, man, who's that lady at your house, man? She kind of, I forgot what happened or whatever, man, you know. But I'm saying all this shit to say, even then, when I look, I say, now I think I kind of understand at least to a certain degree what she was going through. But fast forward to now, like I said, I brought her up. She is a but I'll tell you this much, I know here or in the spirit realm, she is one of the many mothers, the many mothers of, you speak of what's that she is one of the many mothers. But now what I'm saying, now she passed from cancer, or what they call it cancer. Pat, same thing. Both of them was the first two to braid my hair outside of my mom. I know when I was young, my mama did my thing, braiding my hair. If I know some, you know, all baby boys, them that have it. Now, a lot of times, I know I probably had braids when I was a little kid or some shit. I'm not sure though. Maybe I'm wrong. But them two, they both passed from cancer supposedly. And like I said, really what it be is, like I said, I can't stress enough how you have to be careful with those doctors, man. Like I say, this shit is they turned the world upside down. So wickedness has this, the war between good and evil is a real one, and they have been running this shit for the hell of 6,000 years. You know, maybe that's just a symbolical number, but that's what you usually see when you read the spiritual breakdowns of what we've been going through, but it really, I know the 6,000 really is just the code for the 6 months of winter. I mean, this fall to winter in the spring. Don't mean that every goddamn, like, I don't want you to think this shit either. It don't mean that every fall going into spring is fucked up. That's not what the thing is. But we've been going through, I mean, it's on a world year scale. So I don't know if you're thinking, oh shit, fall's coming around, it's gonna get fucked up. Like, no, don't get into that type of thinking or whatever. But it is, I will say, you might want to tighten up. Because like I said, just like with the fucking, that I was telling you with summertime, you ain't got no car, with no AC in that motherfucker, or nice food and water supply. Because like I said, I can deal with this. Only reason I can't really get out there like I be wanting to right now is because my goddamn water and food supply ain't where it's at right now. Some shit. You know, you gotta have that. The energy you drip out there, you got to be able to put that shit back in. And I know that shit for sure. Cause I can just walk from here to the store and come back. I can eat right now, walk to the store and come back and be hungry again. I ain't never that sun taking energy out of there. So you have to be prepared for both extremes, the winter and the summer. So basically it's good to tighten up on your mental hygiene, because it is more, you're more prone to sadness. That's the best way to correspond that to the great year $6 thing. Because 6 months of between fall and spring, but on a great year, that's a $6 year thing. So it's the 6,000 years of that now comes back. But this time, evil, when you look at the spiritual text and all the spiritual systems, you know what I said, this is the final fucking, this is the end of evil for good, or the evil rule. So that means you always have little shit even on the grand scale. You always have little individual people always have individual little things that challenges in life and all that shit. But this worldwide fucking Holocaust we've been living, this shit is coming to an end. But I'm saying all that to say, fuck, I get into that. But that's by them by evil ruling the world. That's one of their killing fields, the hospital. And I'm not saying, look, just take this and do. I advise holistic healing. Your body heals itself. It's like even the things, it's certain shit complications I have from smoking. I always use my kinfolk here as an example. We went through the same thing. I'm ultimately not a heavy black and mild smoker. But I went on a 4 or 5 year binge, 3-4 year binge of this shit. My kinfolk Mike Monday. But my brother said he started feeling pain in his. Because I found out he passed from my brother. My brother said he was feeling the pain in his side. He went to the doctor. The doctor gave him a shot. After he left and went back to his hotel room, he had passed out. He died. Same thing happened with my auntie. Shout out to my Aunt Johnny. They say she went to the doctor, got a shot, went home, died. Fuck them doctors and all them shots and shit. I wouldn't want them home put nothing in me. But to each his own. Now, like I said, you bleeding out of some shit. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Almost, you finna bleed out. So just be mindful of what the fuck they doing to you in there and putting in you, and try to have somebody in there watching or something. But and like I say, to each his own. Don't let me. If you feel inside you need the doctor is the way or whatever, so be it. I'll just give you all I can do is try to give you my perspective on it. But we do know for sure, because chemo is self-explanatory. You go to chemo, this shit is hurting you more than it's helping you. Even if they do believe this is the best way they can do shit, it shows you how stupid it is. Because you gotta kill other shit in me to kill the fucking cancer. And the other shit by killing other shit in me, you can possibly kill me or have me weak and fucked up and losing weight and hair and shit. Nah, you better off. We have to start thinking. You better off just saying, you know what? If I go, but I'll find some other shit, some holistic shit, and start paying attention to what you put in your body, because it's always about what you put in your body. Or even if you somewhere and there's some shit that's always in the air, or some shit you always inhaling it, and it's fucking get away from the shit, or this anything, but whatever. It's always about monitoring what you put in your body when you eat or whatever. We don't do this. When you eat shit, pay attention to how your body feels that week or after that day or whatever. Or just pay attention to how your body feels when you eat certain shit. And then start weaning out for certain shit for a minute and then seeing the difference. But I said all that about with Pat though, because I brought her up on how she braided my hair and shit. And about the day or the next day, I bumped into a Didi. Now you want to get the book for this shit. I'm buckling down. This I know she's using the building. I bumped into a deity. Or it could be that too. That's why this is another lesson too. The deity that I bumped into in my studies could have even passed to the lie that Dee could be using her memories of her to make themselves prominent. So I can be talking about her, bring her up, and then so when I bump into the actual find the name of Dee, that can very well be the Dee saying, "Hey, I've been trying to contact you through." That was me and her back then, and these memories you have in her. It's me trying to contact or come in contact with you. That shit is that works like that too. So that's why I say I want to be clear. I don't want to be like, well, you know, she made the transition and I'm getting a channel from her. Then fuck around and see her in the grocery store. Hey, boy, you know, it can happen like that. This is how, you know. I don't want to come in. I don't want you to think I just come here and feed y'all bullshit. Now, people that we know that made the transition, I have no problem with that. But I like to be clear about certain shit. But that's how I know she was doing it right. I did that shit, and then 2 days later, I bumped into a Dee, and I seen one of the attributes of the Dee that connected directly to some shit that she did that I was looking at like, what the fuck is going on here? In 9-8. Yeah. This is how the shit goes. Shout out to Pat, man, and shout out to my homegirl Tangy. Cause like I say, my homegirl Tangy, she passed with cancer. And she came through about 2 or 3 days ago in a weird way. But she came through, I say, man, I damn near get choked up every time I see this voice box. Every time I think of her, man, because we went to school together. And then I'm used to seeing her when we were teenagers and shit, talking in class and shit, woo woo. And then I think she had throat cancer, and they took her voice box or some shit. So she had to start talking to me through the fucking inbox. I'll just be, I did this one yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. I had to stop the fucking camera. I ain't gonna lie. I shared it with you. And the other one I did yesterday. That ain't why I chose not to air that one. But shout out to my girl Tangy, man. That's my nigga right there. I'm gonna have to get into that one later because I ain't got enough time. But I want to say something about that. But now to go back to that, when I was saying about this too though, that part when I was saying, we got my balls now, balls. Now actually, that is some spiritual shit. That's some Horus shit right there. Because Horus does rip fucking Paul's testicles off in the battle. You know, but between him and Sid or whatever. So even still on point. I just have to put the pause on this shit because this world is so to each his own. This shit ain't got so goddamn. I don't know fucking mistakes about me when it comes to my sexuality. And you can say what you want. If you were strong in your sexuality, you would. I don't give a fuck about none of that dumb shit. That's me. But I know I'm strong about shit. I'm strong enough to be able to put emphasis on my heterosexuality without giving a fuck about you saying, well, if you were strong, that whole bullshit. So how you like them apples? But the funny thing about that is, I was locked up with it. See, this is another thing too. Now, I don't know this nigga that went down. We was in the county together. He ain't got a bunch of time. So I don't know if he went down there, the TV scene got shanked up or some shit, or died or whatever. I was laughing like it's funny, but I don't know. But I was reading about another dude called Callan, or Colin, Kallin. That's a chicken hawk deity, right? Now peep this. I was reading on this shit like a day or two before I did the video. When I was video I'm referencing, right? Bam, I wish I had a fucking real laptop, man. But anyway, uh, so but I think this could be that nigga. He was an essay though, checking out. I don't know if this nigga was coming through or this was just I don't know because I don't know if he made the transition or not. I said I could wait to find out. I have to, you know, even if I had to get to a fucking deep meditation or some shit. But I didn't catch it because, like I say, Cali chicken house. Then I did the video, and I said that shit. And I thought about, I said, man, I sound like chicken house. Cause that's what that nigga used to be like. Cause you're in jail. They used to we call it. You have to call it. We do it not have to. Niggas call the CEO boss. Look out, boss. Woo. That's one of the things that nigga used to he used to say. Like, you know, the CEOs coming there fucking with it and shit. And then after they leave, niggas talk shit. Yeah, boss, I got balls. He's like, hey, I got balls, boss. I got balls, boss. He's like, we say this shit. I got balls, boss. So when I look back on that part of the video, I was like, oh, that shit sound like some chicken hawk shit. and then hawk horse, the hawk, even the chicken is sacred to what is it, Abraxas? I think that's Mosiah shit, but chicken is when you go in the an E5, the E5, I think it's E5. I have to find it. I have to come back and say that. Probably why we like that chicken somewhere. That nigga Bobby was talking about that too. He said he's seen a recipe for fried chicken and some old spiritual texts or some shit. So I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. that goddamn fried chicken, boy, that might be the one reason a nigga never just go totally vegan. I gotta have me some of that shit at least once a week, at least once every 2 weeks. I can fuck that chicken, man, motherfucker. but dang, I wanted to share that over. So shout out to Chicken Hawk, man, whoever that boy is, man. I met a nigga in there, man. I'll give another one of the other pilots from the trade. You see this nigga here? He was one of the realest niggas that was in that bed with me too. My boy, man. Thorough nigga too. Don't get me wrong. Get out there and everything. Don't get it fucked up from what I'm saying, but it'll fuck you up because when you see him, he tatted up, face tatted up. And shit. He from the trade too. You know what I'm saying? This third war shit crazy. But he was from the trade too. I don't even put his name out there. But this nigga was thorough, gonna squabble and all that shit. Real nigga, have real nigga conversation with him. Said some spiritual shit. Nigga name was spiritual too. And told me some spiritual shit that man, I'm telling you, bro. And he ain't fuck with that Bible. That boy to be doing that when you get that press circle. I used to be in that motherfucker sometime too, yo. That back when the nigga was sleeping shit. That nigga used to say, I don't fuck that nigga. I'm a demon, nigga. I was like, now I look back, that nigga was right. He's like, no, but that nigga, no, I'm a demon, nigga. I don't fuck around that shit. Fuck them niggas. I was like, boy, you crazy the motherfucker. Now I'm like, oh, that nigga was right. See what I'm saying? But doing this nigga, you know, if thorough nigga, you see, kind of remind me of Mike Tyson for some reason. And when you see the nigga, it's crazy. He's hardcore and all that shit. But that's why I say that inner child shit is real. You know what this nigga used to get up and do on Saturday mornings? That nigga would get up and watch Teletubbies. Gangster nigga, thug, all that old shit. TYC product, all that shit. Bro, get up, bro, and watch Teletubbies. Thug nigga. You would see him, you sitting in the street, last thing you would think is this nigga's watching, you would catch this nigga ever watching fucking Teletubbies. And this nigga used to watch Teletubbies, nigga. Boy, that's real shit to me. I like that type of shit. Now I look down, you know what? That's real nigga shit right there. A nigga can be like, yeah, nigga, so what? It's good to get out there with you and shit. Boy, shout out to my nigga. I ain't gonna put his name out there. I'm a boy though, man. I met some live niggas in there, man. I ain't gonna lie. I met some live niggas in there. That nigga like, Purdy, pay for them dirty ass Cortez. We be talking about squabbling and shit. That nigga that motherfucker, man. But anyway, oh yeah, man. So yeah, man. But yeah, But I got this in my notes. So yeah, man. But just be careful with them fucking hospitals and shit, man. You need, like I said, if you everybody ain't built for everything or can't just get off of. But you need to study people like Dr. Sabi and Dr. Apple, and it's easy shit. Whenever is something wrong any part of your body, all you have, we got this information made now. Now I'm not saying just going all fucking hospitals and shit need to disappear over time. Cause it's just like I tell y'all, you take a fucking 2 shift quick of a change. If you take a hot fucking, you take a glass and put it in some, take a cold glass and pour some steaming hot, you put a glass in the freezer for about 2 hours, and you take it out and put some hot, steaming hot water in it. The glass gonna break because the sudden change is too sudden of a change. And that's how life is, period. So I wouldn't just say, oh, we need to tear on and let's go and burn down the house and shit. Like, no, the people have to be mindful of what the fuck is going on. I wouldn't have no babies in the motherfuckers either. I'll tell you that much. You don't have to have no baby in no goddamn hospital. You get your doula, have your shit at home. I was talking about the nephew yesterday, last week. Yeah, I'm proud of the nigga. I brought that shit up. He said, yeah, man, me and my girl, we had our baby at home and shit. You're lucky. I mean, you're fucking smart. Well, actually, get you a fucking, fuck them drugs and shit. Take the pain. Get you a doula, man. Fuck them. I'm telling you, that's why all these babies is coming out with autopsy, autism and all this shit. Fuck that. They didn't know what the fuck they sticking you with while you pregnant and sticking your fucking kid with while they in the incubator and shit, doing whatever the fuck. Ain't know what the fuck going on. You can't trust these motherfuckers. You have to understand that the hospital is an extension of pseudo-white supremacy. Believe that shit. Them people, yeah, fine, fuck that shit. Too many motherfuckers. The other niggas might be scared or whatever. I'm gonna look in your eye and tell you, or look in the camera and tell you this shit. Because there's too many motherfuckers dying and there's too many motherfuckers, babies coming out. I don't know, I hate that shit. It don't have to be that way. You sitting there thinking this niggas with no fucking autism in the fucking 60s and 70s, or at least not this high rate of it or whatever. These are scientists experiment on your babies and pumping them with shit, or pumping you with shit while they in the womb, and whatever. So fuck that. This is bullshit. I am the fucking sword bearer of ignorance, the slasher of ignorance. I do put the fucking sword to the bullshit. I don't give a fuck. I don't like seeing kids and shit all, hurt and shit or whatever you want to. I'm not laughing at them, but I'm saying I don't like seeing that shit, man. Fuck that. Knowing that these fucking this is the result of mad scientists' work. So, yeah, they can just hate me. I don't give a fuck. This is bullshit. My heart goes out to anybody with kids dealing with that shit. All the actual kids with autism. That is bullshit, man. These people are dumb. This is some sick. But one thing what came through the other day too spiritually, the reign of the wicked is pretty much over. And if you are, not just the fucking good, because see, it's just like the nigga said in the Matrix, bro. The people you come to save, a considerable amount of them are the enemy. So you have to weed out motherfuckers and really just put information out. That's really the best thing you can probably do. And whatever gravitate towards you or whatever, or around you or whatever, but before it's just, is it the same motherfuckers you're trying to save, or be the same motherfuckers just trying to get at you or whatever? That's, I think, Morpheus told Neo that. And that's real shit. But I'm going to tell you this much. And this is not, any spiritual system worth this weight in gold, you'll see this shit. The wicked motherfucker, we ain't just talking about no fucking government, we talking about real, because even if the government today got their act together and said, we're going to do the right thing, you'll still be fighting with the fucking people who are the products of the thousands of years of bullshit they've been pumping society with. Dominions and all this shit. You would still be wrestling with that. So But one thing I know, two things for sure, it's a wrap for motherfuckers with no good niggas, no good people, period. Your days are numbered, buddy. You're in borrowed time. I can show you this shit on the spirit. So you, like I say, like I told nigga last year, pull that mirror out. Some motherfuckers ain't gonna get it right. That's like the nigga told nigga in Boys in the Hood, some of these little friends ain't gonna make it. Some of these motherfuckers ain't gonna make it. Some of these motherfuckers are just irredeemably fucked up. You can't no heart change for them. They said it would be like this. Well, they said it would be like this. This is all shit I can't even. This is for stuff. I'm saying it. I'm here in the flesh as Christ telling you. Some of these motherfuckers is fucked up. It is too late for them. It's some sick bastards. So don't waste your time with a motherfucker, man. You get this shit. Don't be trying to bash people in the head. Me personally, I would advise you to even be mindful of who you even care to engage in these type of conversations with. And if you do choose to, I'd probably say it'd be your friends or some shit, but unless you know your parents is cool on the level where you can talk to them about anything and they ain't as judgmental, or they won't look at you differently because you have a alternative spiritual system or whatever, or spiritual way of believing. And you have to be the discernment of that, or you have to discern that. But even that, thinking you, that's what bring we in the zombie apocalypse. See, that'll bring the zombie out of motherfucker. The good part about it'll probably show you who the fuck to get away from. But that happened to me. That's what happened. Once I started, the more and more I start speaking and manifesting knowledge, the more and more people start showing people who I thought was cool with me and friends and shit like that. The zombies start coming out. That shit start. More and more shit start coming out. Let me get out of here. Yeah. But sometimes you be in a position where, like you stay with your parents and shit, you don't want to bring the zombie out of them motherfuckers prematurely because your ass to be on the street somewhere or some shit. But you start talking that shit and, they religious to the point where they don't ever understand it. They not like Charles S. Dutton. And see, Charles S. Dutton had it right on Minister Society. What that nigga said, if Allah makes him a better man than me, then so be it. He said, if Allah makes him a better man than Jesus or some shit, then so be it. At least he had enough sense to say, hey, man, because really why. See, I don't know, they didn't show this. That's why I be seeing certain things, they be taken out of the movie. That's why I be seeing it in the version I seen, like I was telling you with Paris is Burning. They could have, I seen the which I got to finish off, but I seen the one I seen started off with the billboard saying white supremacy church or some shit or whatever, and there was another one that didn't have that in it. They do that with movies and shit. That's why sometimes you hear me say in the movie I seen, because they take shit out of shit, Mandela effect type shit. But that nigga really was a preacher. I remember seeing the Minister Society commercial where they showed Charles S. Dutton in a pulpit preaching. And maybe I'm tripping, but I remember that shit clearly. But then you see in the movie he was a teacher, but I remember seeing him as a preacher. But then that's probably why they had that part in there where he said, you don't see the preacher part in the movie, but you see him as a teacher telling Cain that being a Muslim makes Sharif a better man than he said, if Allah makes him a better man than Jesus, then so be it. See, everybody not like that. That's the way you should be though. Even if I had kids, 9 times out of 10, my shit, hey, I'm gonna catch mine early. I ain't gonna control their mind. You gotta give them room to think for themselves. I ain't gonna let them go into that bullshit. But even if they did, they just somehow, it'd be hard though. But even if they did, cause you know what, I think Christianity is the way that. I'm like, well, look, I'm gonna give you a minute. I'm gonna talk you to your blue. I'm gonna talk till I'm blue in the face and show you why it's not. But if you still don't get it, I'm not gonna be mad at you. Get out my house. We ain't talking that bullshit. Now, you ain't gonna need no pork in my shit though. No pork in my house. No pork in my house. Don't even bring that snack shit in my house. You eat that shit, you better go down the road. Don't even come to my house with no goddamn pork fried rice and shit. You know what you eating? Pork fried rice? Get out of my house and eat that shit. You come back when you got some other shit. Ain't no hard feelings. Just don't eat that shit in my house. I don't fuck around. I ain't finna turn on no goddamn zombie. You eat your little pork fried rice and then 5 hours later you got an attitude and shit. Talking shit to me. Fuck you, man. Because you hate this pig and they got you all irate and shit. And then Miami. Respect. Speaking of which, let me show you niggas something. I gotta get to my fucking notes. I'll probably come back to this shit Saturday. But I don't know, a whole nother thing. But I got some other shit that I want to get on. It's cool though to spread this shit out anyway. But yes, it is. Always takes a different turn. I should have stayed in fucking course with it. But this is cool and sweet, so I ain't tripping. But now I want to show you niggas something about Big. Big came through and showed me where the phrase "stuck on stupid" came from. And it's crazy because he was saying how him and C's and the rest of the squad of Yondron used to be chilling on the stairs. But look what that boy showed me. Nigga said stuck on stupid, right? Stupid. What are stoops? Stoops are stairs, right? What are these? The stairways to heaven. Up here you have where the light is inside the clusters of melanin, and down here we get a full breakdown. Get a full breakdown real quick before I get up out of here. Gotta go jump out there real quick. But this shoe, the whirlwind is gonna inhale or pull or suck all this up. Pause. Then you, up here is a melanin whirlpool, thick swamp water, thick melanin, black rivers. I'm about to show y'all that too. This dude named Chiron be coming through later too. And then the top of that would look like this. So the top view, a bird's eye view, will look like this. The underbelly view of this would be this. And I guess this is the creation of the world. Physically, the creation of the world really just finished. The physical part been finished. But the physical world was created, and then a spiritual rendition of it had to occur as well. And we just within it, and we just finished that. Now we get into the next, not the next. I'm gonna do another. But the next time I come back to Starface High, but this is the underbelly view. When that light goes up, when the light, so when this shoe sucks this up and the light comes up, all this melanin right here goes down and shoots it down, like, and it's thick and viscous, the viscousness of it, the viscosity. And then when this goes up, all the light follows. We'll stop right there. We're at the hour mark. Remember that though. But I done this yesterday and didn't even know it was C's birthday. That time, I think I can put it out. But I'm gonna just show you this real quick. These are the stairs of the stoops. The little particles of light, when the light was coming up to form these, some of the light got caught on the melanin and stuck on the top of the melanin that was coming in. That's why the melanin up here is inside the melanin clusters, and now here it's on the outside. This is the stairs of a stoop. Well, New York know what I'm talking about. What Biggie used to kick it at with the click a lot. The stoop. This is the stoop, the end. Little particles of light are stuck on the stoop end. And some of you niggas are stuck on stupid. But that's another story. Anyway, be back, man. Give me a little of this shit here too. Yeah, I'll show y'all a little something. So, y'all hold your hats, man. Peace.